Welcome back to Loose Framing Podcast. I'm your host, Bertie Doyle, here with Sam
Allen.
Yep, that was on me. Well, let's run. You want to let it ride or start over?
No, let's let that one ride.
Let's let it
ride. That
ride.
one goes out to Kathy.
Today's a really exciting episode. We have two, they're not kids anymore. They're about 16 and 18 years old. We have two actors, Collin Thompson and Owen Atlas. They've grown up on set. They both started acting when they were 7. So what are you looking forward to most about this one?
I'm really interested in hearing about their lives on set. I know one of the things that we had talked about was going to school on a set environment versus in the real world,
person,
you know?
Yeah.
And they both had very different experiences. So I'm excited for you guys to hear it.
Well, with that, let's get right into it. Stay tuned, and we'll get with Collin Thompson and Owen Atlas in a second. And welcome back to Loose Framing. We have our wonderful guests today, Collin Thompson and Owen Atlas. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Doing great, yeah.
Great. We have two of the actors from the Hacked movie, which filmed in Tampa a couple years ago. It premiered at the Gasparilla International Film Festival. So we're going to talk a little bit about you guys acting in Hacked and acting across the board, because you guys have had a whole bunch of jobs, right? I mean, this is not the first one.
Yeah, sweet. Awesome.
Absolutely great, man.
Cool.
Well, Collin, why don't we start with you? What's your background in acting? Is this the first thing you've done, or you have a...
So basically, this is my first feature. But pretty much, so I started when I was like 7 doing plays and stuff, and then I realized I didn't like theater for some reason, but film was really cool. So I started doing that, and then I did a lot of short films with Shane, who's also the director of Hacked, and then I did some other short film projects separately, but this is my first big thing, first big feature, and it's been an amazing experience. It's awesome.
Hell yeah. Okay, so some shorts. What about you, Owen?
So I've been acting since I was 7 years old. I had my first starring role in a feature film when I was 7 in a movie called Little Evil, starring on Netflix. So I've been acting for 8-9 years now, basically.
Nice.
And but that's my career so far. I've been on Bunked on Disney Channel, Handy on Comedy Central, and a handful of other things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, so one of my questions that when we got you guys on the podcast, I was like, I wonder what it's like growing up on set, because you both started so young. What's that experience been like? I mean, is that a total trip, or do you feel like kind of a normal kid anyway?
I personally, I feel like a normal kid still. Like I felt like growing up on set was pretty fun, because I think that's where I've had the most fun memories is on set. So I'm grateful I got to grow up on sets.
Oh, I bet.
Definitely. No, I agree. I mean, I feel like because I started such a, young age, I feel like I've gotten to have a lot of experiences that a lot of kids my age don't normally have, you know, having to be more mature in certain areas, like being on set and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like it gives a lot of cool, I guess, life experiences and sets me up for a really cool career. So
does it feel like totally second nature then for you guys being on sets and acting? I know it can be so nerve-wracking when there's so much going on and you're new at it, but I mean, I guess you guys, does it feel like second nature?
Yeah, to me, it's normal at this point. I mean, at first it was like when I was younger, it was getting used to it. I was kind of starstruck being on a set, but now it's like I'm used to it now. It's like second nature.
So what was it like working on Hacked? We're not really on a set. I mean, you were, but we had a lot of on location shoots. What was that like?
Oh, Hacked was the funnest thing I've ever done. I mean, filming Hacked was probably the highlight of my life. It was awesome, especially when we filmed in Tampa, getting to ride those electric bikes down by the Riverwalk. That was fun.
That was a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys get to ride the trolley too?
No, we didn't.
No? Oh my
No.
gosh. I wish the trolley would go to the hotel y'all are staying at and we'd take that back. But
sick.
the trolley's cool. It's free and it runs every 15 minutes. So it's kind of like,
Oh, cool.
it's like a little old school.
We could check that out.
Yeah. Well, so what was it like, working with so much stunt work? I know you have an background in MMA.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it any different? Did you feel like you were totally equipped for it?
Ooh, so in my first movie, Little Evil, I did my own stunts.
Mhm.
We did a lot of wire work. So I've been doing my own stunts since I was 7. So it's nothing really new to me.
That's crazy.
And then compared to, I guess, MMA in real life, because in Hacked I have a few fight scenes. Hope that's not a spoiler, but
Oh, please.
yeah. So it's definitely a lot different, I would say, because in MMA you're trying to hurt the other person, trying to
Sure.
score points, trying to take the other person down.
Mhm.
Whereas on set you're trying to make sure ensure the other person's safety.
Yeah.
And it's more that's your main goal rather than, and obviously making it look real, but,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'd say that's the main difference,
Yeah.
Yeah, working with stunts. I think this was my first ever time working with stunts.
Yeah.
And it was, it was interesting. It was interesting getting to learn like stage combat and, how to make things look realistic and not hurt the other person. So it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah. So the movie's so high energy. Did you feel, and this is just like, now I'm nitpicking. I'm so curious. Did you feel like you had to be high energy the whole time you were filming this, or were there kind of like, you could kind of turn it on and off?
No, it was,
because it's crazy.
Yeah, it was high energy. I mean, just the caffeine running on that set was crazy.
Oh, I bet the Celsius that was ingested.
Celsius, a lot of Red Bulls, all that. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen that much Celsius in my life, except for that one fridge in the green room. Just
I know they need a Shane to sponsor, or they need to sponsor Shane. I think.
Yeah,
at
Celsius
this point,
should do it for us.
Sponsor
us, please, Celsius.
So yeah, I mean, it was crazy just to watch it. So to be able to experience it, I can't imagine. What did you guys think of filming in Tampa versus other places?
Oh my gosh, Tampa, it's awesome. I mean, the weather's great, the people are nice, really welcoming.
It's low key, right?
It is. Yeah, you feel like you're kind of on like, island time almost in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really low key. Yeah, I love it.
It's crazy. When I moved here, I was like, I don't think people work here. Like, this is just vacation, right? Because I'm not from here. And I was like, oh my God, people have jobs here. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Yeah, filming in Tampa is great. I love this. The only thing I think I wish Tampa had that LA has is In-N-Out burgers. So,
oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
In-N-Out burger is like the one thing I like about LA. But no, filming in Tampa is awesome. That was great.
So I'm from Virginia, and when all my friends went to college in Virginia and I came here, they would go to Cookout, which was basically In-N-Out burger.
Okay.
And there's not a Cookout or an In-N-Out down here. And I'm like, I don't know what my alternative is here, like Burger King. That's lame. What was it like putting yourself in like other teenagers' shoes? I can imagine that when you're a teenager, you change so much and you're so particularly, growing, if that makes sense. Was it kind of tough to try to navigate your own growth and then also these two characters?
For me, not really. I mean, when I read the part, it was kind of like I felt like I was almost born to play this role. Like it was a very role. I mean, I have a little brother in real life too, so I knew the brother aspect, but just the whole role, it felt very tailored to me.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like my character was just, I mean, it happened to be really similar to like how I am in real life. I mean, the character fights, I fight.
There you
go. I feel like that was really cool about it. And then also, we're brothers in the movie, and we've known each other since what? We were 10 and 12? 10,
yeah, 10 and 12.
10 and 12.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We've had that relationship, so we've built out like brotherly, so that was really easy for us to portray because we really known each other for that a long time. So that was really great. Yeah.
Have you guys worked together before, or you just knew each other?
No, we've worked together multiple times.
Oh,
several short films. So yeah, that's kind of how our friendship was birthed.
So I bet that kind of helps with the like building chemistry together because you're already like
100%.
brothers, right?
Oh yeah.
100%,
Okay. Well, that's such a benefit. I had no idea you guys had like worked together so much before.
A lot of people that watch the film, from what I've heard, say that like we have like a really good chemistry or connection, and we're like, okay, yeah, it's
nice.
Because we've known each other for a while.
Yeah, and I mean during the whole filming of Hack 2, we were roommates. So
we were roommates.
Yeah, we were roommates too. So it kind of worked out.
Have you done this action comedy kind of genre before?
I mean, the short films I've done before, I guess, have incorporated a lot of like the action comedy stuff, but this is like the first time I've done it on such a big scale.
Yeah. How long was the shoot? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I want to say about a month.
About a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in different segments. But,
true. Yeah. As far as working with Chandler and Caitlin, I mean, they're a little bit older than you guys. They're around my age, I think. And they've been in the industry like you guys kind of since they were kids. What was that like? Did you feel like really akin to them and feel like you could get a lot from them as someone who's been in your shoes before?
Honestly, yeah. I think it was a great experience because they also, were kids when they started, on The Walking Dead. So, I feel like we could relate to them. I don't feel like there was much of a difference because, when we're acting, like, at least to me, it's like we're all actors, it's like kind of like coworkers. It's like, everybody's the same. And I feel like once I get to like a level, maybe same as like, I don't know, Johnny Depp or even Chandler or Caitlin, right? I feel like I'm just going to treat everybody the same, I feel like try my best to, treat everybody with respect and all that stuff. So.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad it wasn't like intimidating or anything.
No.
Yeah.
People that have been working so long. So we talked about your MMA and the acting and the stunts and all that. Was that tough to get into? And I'm curious your different answers because, Owen, you have a background in MMA. You've worked on stunts or worked stunts for the first time kind of on this feature. Was it What was it like getting into that headspace?
For me, it was just kind of just going in and being told what to do, and I was like, I'm gonna do it and try
Yeah.
not to, die or
That's
kill
so
someone
fair.
else. So that was kind of my mindset. I'm just like, let's just
Yeah.
not hurt anybody today.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, trying to be really safe on set. It was a little different, but I was, trying to be as open as possible because, in MMA, it's kind of like you take everything in, and you're actively trying to hurt the other person. Whereas, on set, you're trying to be way more open and like be
Mhm.
way more careful, more safe about things. So it was definitely really cool, learning experience. But I feel like it's always different too. But yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
was really cool.
Do you
Yeah.
think that's something you guys will continue to pursue? Stuff that involves stunts? I always thought that'd be
Stunts?
really fun
For sure, for
way
sure.
to
I
do
wanna be
it.
like Tom Cruise one day, honestly,
Oh,
like, do all
yeah?
my own stunts and stuff, yeah. I've
Hell
always told
yeah.
my mom, like, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, because
Yeah.
he's, like, jumping out of planes, doing all that
Oh my
crazy
god.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, stunts are awesome. Yeah, I want to continue doing them, especially action comedies. I think those are just
Mhm.
it's such a clever genre for
It
film.
is, it is. Is there any action comedy that kinda stands out to you that you're like, "That is a perfect movie.
Ye
That's what I wanna do in the future"?
Probably Pineapple Express. Oh yeah, Hack, the movie I'm in. That's one. Yeah.
Oh, Owen killing it. We'll have to send this to Shane before we publish. So we've done short films, you were on a TV series. How different was it doing a feature? What was that kind of did you have to put yourself in a different headspace because you were gonna spend so much more time with your character and developing the character?
Yeah, I think that was probably just the biggest difference was, I was used to filming for 3 to 4 days to a week, and now,
Sure.
it's a whole month and I'm
Mhm.
playing this part. So it was interesting. It was new to me, but it started after a while. I just got used to it.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, for me, because I've been in a few features, and then TV shows, I feel like every different, TV show or movie that I've been in, it's a new experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different every single time, so you get to kinda you get used to the people, you get to I mean, they really become your family, especially on movies
Yeah.
because it's like you're with each other for, like a compacted amount of time kinda. So, like, let's say
Mhm.
it's a month straight,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, we were with each other,
Oh,
staying
yeah.
in the same house for, like, a month,
24/7, yeah.
24/7
Mm,
on set, even on the weekends, like,
Mhm.
we went to many different, like, fun places, like, on the weekends and
yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
haunted houses stuff,
Together,
so we
yeah.
really become like a family. So it's kind of like a yeah, really cool
Yeah.
experience to yeah.
Haunted houses in Tampa?
Yeah.
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 Tampa's so haunted, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Park
We're
City, all
actually
that.
as we're filming this, we're gonna do a ghost tour later, so I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too.
Oh, I'm very excited for the ghost tour.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'd be surprised how haunted it is. Like, they say that kind of about New Orleans, right? That
Mhm.
it's like a haunted city. I was
Yeah.
surprised when I moved here how haunted Tampa is.
Really?
I think you guys need to make, like, a ghost movie next year.
That would be fun.
That seems
Yeah.
like the next logical step.
Do you see yourself working with Shane and Emily in the future?
Oh, 100%. I love those guys. I mean, Shane and Emily are just such great people, and they're
Mhm.
so great to be around. I would love to do endless amounts of movies with them.
Yeah. They kind
Absolutely.
of they kind of take that approach where they use a lot of the same actors.
Mhm.
I wanna say over and over again, but it hasn't been that many movies, yet.
Yeah.
But did you feel like, Shane like Augie, for example.
Mm.
Augie was in Breathing Happy a couple years ago. Did you feel like it was really beneficial to her that she kind of was coming back to this family? Like, do you see yourselves
Oh.
kinda coming back and it just being an easier mindset?
For sure, it builds, loyalty, it builds family.
Mhm.
I was in Breathing Happy too, so was,
Oh my gosh.
Mia, Collin had a part too, we've all, like, worked with each other for so long, so it builds, like, this connection and family, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's also part of why, a lot of people say, like, our chemistry is good, like, in the movie, because like, I mean, it's different
You've
right now, we're
already
on
been
a
working
podcast
on it.
environment, but,
Yeah.
yeah, building that kind of family connection and then putting it into movies and then, like, using the same people, it's like, you really get to see that connection, so I
Yeah.
feel like that's a really different part that maybe a lot of the industry doesn't see a lot of the time because, they're, hiring people that, you don't really know, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, he obviously, like, uses people that, has worked with before, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, working with them was great and knowing that they came back, but they're just such cool
absolutely.
people again.
They
Augie's
are.
awesome too, and she was
Yeah.
like, I
Shout
think
out
this
Augie,
was the
dude.
first time I actually ever met Augie, and she was just so sweet when I
Mhm.
first met her. She's awesome.
So we kind of talked about you guys like growing up on set.
Mm.
What was school like? I always wondered.
Mm,
Just was
school.
that something where you kind of had to take chunks of time and go do school? Like.
Yeah, so basically for me, it was like, I think when I started going, back and forth filming places, it was, I took like a year off school and did online school, but,
Mhm.
I found out online school, you could just kind of cheat your way through it. So I looked
Yeah.
up all my answers, and then my mom was like, well, you're not learning anything. So
That's so
then I
fair.
was going to school and then coming out here
Mhm.
for like a week at a time and filming stuff. And then during the movie, Shane wrote a fancy little letter and they excused me for like a month. So that was pretty cool. And they sent me my work. I didn't do it, but it was fun still. It was fun. Yeah.
So I've been going to in-person school my entire acting career, actually.
Oh,
and
nice.
it happens to be that both schools that I've gone to have been just really supportive of my acting career. I mean, they
There
love
you
it.
go.
They love representing me. They love having me as a student and a representative of the school too.
Yeah.
And Chandler made like a little video when he sent it to the school, so that was like a little
There you
cool
go.
thing. It's like, you know, but yeah, I
Nice.
mean, yeah, they've been really supportive. So it's been, as a child actor, you know, doing school and stuff. You really have to find the balance at, you know, your timing. You really have to have people around you to keep you on task, because especially when you're young, like you don't task
Yeah.
management is such a hard thing. But if you stay on task and you manage your time right, then you know you could really do good at it. And I mean, you know, Chandler, Caitlin, me, and Collin, you know,
Yeah.
that's just some examples. Yeah.
What do you guys see for your future? Do you think you'll go back to school or kind of keep going in full-time acting
Ooh.
professionally?
Yeah, for me, I plan to, you know, finish out my senior year and then go on to college. And
Yeah.
then after that, yeah, just do acting, and I want to go to college too. So, you
Yeah.
know, try that out.
What was the like difference between like a TV show, a short, and a feature as far as, you know, just the amount of time you were able to spend on other things? I mean, I guess that's kind of
Yeah, I think especially like short films to feature film is like, again, a short takes like a couple days to a week, and now we're doing this for a month. And
Yeah.
it's getting used to that, because now it's like you have a lot of downtime when you're working on a
Yeah.
short film, but now you're in this feature. It's a big thing. I mean, it's very go 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 go, and it wears you out, but it's, you know, it's good though. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's different, but it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if you view it as like a hobby rather than a job, you know,
Sure.
time passes fast. You love it. Like for me, I say it's my craft. I mean, jump back to the career thing. You know, I love it. Like I really want
Yeah.
to do it. You know, until the day that I leave this earth. And I mean, yeah, I'm never gonna stop acting. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I do want to go to college. You know, maybe
Mhm.
USC, Chapman.
Oh,
You know, film school,
Admit him.
Florida State, Florida State.
Florida State.
Something like that. I
Okay.
don't know.
Go Noles.
But yeah, definitely. I want to, you know, go to college for film. Definitely get behind the camera too.
Yeah.
But also I'm gonna, you know, pursue my MMA career, and then hopefully do like a little Conor McGregor thing and
Ooh.
find the two.
Join the two.
Yeah.
I forgot he started acting.
Right? He was in that new
Yeah.
what was it called? Roadhouse?
Yeah,
Roadhouse.
Yeah, he was really good in
Yeah.
that.
That was crazy.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, seeing the two
Yeah.
worlds connect.
Yeah.
Really cool.
We've seen that every once in a while. I think it really is helpful to like come with a background that's, you know,
100%.
fits a genre. Are you guys interested in doing other genres? Like, have you ever thought about like a period piece or a drama? Or are you kind of, you know, really enjoying acting or action right now?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy action and comedy, but I would love to do just anything. I mean, a period piece would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, like a drama would be awesome. Just really anything would be fun to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, I feel like so far with my career, horror comedy has been my like little genre. I mean, this is kind of like a little
Horror,
horror comedy,
yeah.
but you know, my first movie, Little Evil, I starred in, that was a horror comedy.
Yeah.
You know, I was Little Evil. This one also has that little horror aspect too. You know,
It
for those horror
does.
fans,
It's a bit gory.
it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
scenes in there. Yeah, don't want to spoil it, but it gets gory.
Yeah, we'll try not to spoil it. What
Uh-huh.
was the gore like? Like, was that something where you're
Mm.
waking up in the middle of the night and you're just seeing Chandler covered in blood? Or is it like because you're on set watching them do it that you're
Yeah.
like, this isn't
Yeah.
real?
No, yeah. You're
Mhm.
behind, you know, behind the scenes. It's like you're seeing everything. You know, you're safe. You know, it's all, you know, fake. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
speak for everybody, but
Sure.
you know, I think it's kind of actually behind the scenes. It's kind of funny. You know,
Yeah,
everybody's
to
laughing,
think
seeing
about.
like
Yeah.
the blood and
Yeah.
stuff, and like, yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's funny.
Nice. Are you guys hockey fans? This had a hockey connection.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I watch hockey with my dad sometimes,
Yeah.
with my mom too. I like Lightning. Yeah,
Yeah. Was it cool meeting and working with Phil Esposito?
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was
That was
pretty
cool.
cool.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
absolutely.
awesome.
I guess regardless of the team you support, you can appreciate a Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. He offered so much
Nice.
to the sport, played for it a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you guys able, well, gosh, now I'm going to test myself on sports seasons, but were you able to catch a Bolts game while you were here?
No, but I
Mm-mm.
believe we're catching one
Are
tomorrow
you?
night.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was going to say, I know
tomorrow
they're in
night.
season
Yeah.
right now. I
Yeah.
don't know about November.
Uh-huh.
Also about a sports stuff. Well, what do you guys kind of see as far as your future maybe coming behind the camera? Do you kind of you said you were really passionate about acting. We can see that from how excited you guys are talking about this. Do you ever see yourself kind of stepping back and doing a Shane kind of situation? Or
Yeah.
even an Emily producing?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my dream too, to be behind the
Yeah.
camera, writing and directing and acting and all three.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Me too. I mean, kind of how I mentioned, USC or Chapman as like film school. I really do like the whole behind the camera aspect. I love writing too. Love using cameras, all
Yeah.
that stuff. So, but I think that I could maybe do that one day too.
Nice. The cool thing that I thought, because I was a film major down the road, the cool thing I thought was that we had the chance to work with like film, like physical
Oh, that's
film.
sick.
And it comes up every once in a while. I have someone that'll be like, I got a reel and we're gonna film something. And it was like, you just got a reel of film. That'd be kind of cool. Is there anything like that you're like, oh, there's something I really hope that, film school teaches me?
Yeah, to film, like film with film would be
cool, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. And just like learning my way around the more complicated cameras too would be cool.
You guys have worked with some really big names. I am wondering, what was it like working with Disney? Does it feel so like, ooh, because it's Disney, or is it kind of like it doesn't even matter and it's great?
Honestly, because I've been doing it so long, I wasn't really nervous. I wasn't scared. I grew up watching the show that I was on, Bunked. And
did?
I promise you, I grew up watching it with my mom, and then I watched Jesse too. And actually, funny enough, a few months before I booked Bunked, I met Karin Brar, who starred in Bunked, down the street from our old acting studio, Sidewalk Studio in Burbank. And I met him, and then I told him I'd see him one day. I promise you that. Like, you can check that. Karin Brar, you can check that, man. Funny enough, 4 months later, I think I booked Bunked, and then I saw him on set, and then working with Disney's amazing. Honestly,
Yeah.
they're great. They really take care of their people.
That's so good.
I had this on set teacher, they called her, because she helped me with my schooling, but then she
Sure.
also made sure that I was safe, all this. But they really take care of their people there. It was
That's
really cool
good.
working with Disney.
Yeah, I guess you'd think for somewhere that does have a lot of kid actors that they'd have that really like figured out, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I never saw Bunked, but
Really?
what was it like working with someone that you recognized as like an actor you enjoyed watching? Like, that's kind of crazy. Was it high pressure, or was it kind of just such a good set that everything was chill?
I mean, I was just so happy to be there. I was
Yeah.
like, I grew up watching this show, and then I put in the work, and then got the opportunity to actually like be on the show. I was just so like happy. Like, there was no stresses for me, and then like going on to the set, like being around like the camp that I used to watch growing up. It's just like
That's pretty
it's
crazy.
such a cool, experience and feeling.
Yeah.
Like there was no pressure at all. Especially Disney though, they really keep, the set's really fun.
Yeah.
There was like this rule the producer made where if you sneeze 3 times, then he gives you $20. Or like more than 3
Alright.
times. Like, I don't know. But
That's fun. to
fun
keep kids
stuff like
kinda
that. Like keep them,
focused up.
entertained and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was never any pressure, like with lines and stuff. Like everybody was just so nice.
Yeah.
If you forgot stuff, they would just help you with everything. Really good set to work on. Yeah.
So, because you guys have been working for so long, and you've grown so much, because just 7 to 17 is such a crazy difference. Have you noticed like your acting, or like your approach to acting, has changed over time?
Yeah, I mean, definitely when I was 7, I would just kind of go and read lines off of paper, but now it's
Yeah.
like, it's getting into the character and it's figuring
Yeah.
out what their motivations are and how you proceed with this role.
I agree. I mean, definitely when I was little, I feel like maybe it could have been actually easier in a way, because you don't have all these worries, and you don't have to worry about like how you present yourself. I mean, especially if you have like your parents there, or like other people mentoring you. Now I feel like, I mean, obviously, like, because we've both been in the industry for a while, it's definitely still like, nature, like home nature for us. But, we do think about things more, and how we present ourselves as people, and also like how like think about everything. Whereas like as kids, we're kind of just, like you said, like we just like read the script, and then we become the character so easy.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then now we're just, we I feel like maybe as we age, like we stress on it more. But then I
Yeah,
feel like
I
later
see
on in
that.
the career, then it kind of gets
You
natural
kind of settle
again.
back out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a teenage thing, right?
Definitely, for
Even
sure.
with just like
Yeah.
life, you're like, I was chilling, and
For
now
sure.
I'm stressed, and now I'm chilling again.
Yeah.
Um, so kind of a weird question, but you guys are actors. You kind of have to market yourselves, right? Put yourselves out there.
Absolutely.
And you've worked with people that are older, obviously. Do you think you have a benefit to have grown up with social media and like know how to kind of market yourself differently than, say,
Yeah, honestly, I do. I mean, you could see it as like a plus or a minus, but I
Mhm.
see it as a plus.
Yeah.
I didn't have social media when I first booked Little Evil,
Sure.
and then they told me that if I would have had it, I actually would have made more money on it,
Oh,
and I
what?
never knew that. Like, it's if I was shocked. I mean, at the time I was just coming in the industry, but now I have
Sure.
over 180K on Instagram,
And
and
it seems like stuff like that would be helpful because then your
yeah.
following can kind of see your promotion for stuff
Exactly.
more
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
often.
where, I post my stuff for my fans to see. And I feel like social media as it grows is and like everybody has it now.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
everybody.
Mhm.
So, once you get your account set up and then you start posting for
Mhm.
new people out there, it's like you can actually put yourself out there and get found way more
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. It's just been I mean, social media is just a great thing, just helping you get your name out there and just
Mhm.
to promote
Absolutely.
stuff too.
We've been talking just internally because we do the marketing social media for Film Tampa Bay. We've been talking internally about how it's almost like now accounts are almost companies where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm
Brands,
with,
absolutely.
right? It's like
Mhm.
becoming its own brand. That's a better way to say it. So have you guys been like really trying to, you said that you maybe would have made more money on Little Evil if have you seen stuff like that start to like, in the last 10 years since you started acting come to fruition where you're like, "Okay, this is definitely a good idea that we start marketing ourselves that way."
Definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like as an actor or anybody really in the industry or as a public figure, you have
Mhm.
Mhm.
to brand yourself and like I'm Owen Atlas and you have to kind of live up to like who you are in the public. I mean,
Mhm.
like I try and be as, humble and like as who I am, like my friends, if you're watching this, like, this is how I act. Like I try and be as real as possible, and then that's really who
Yeah.
I am. Owen Atlas is my brand. But
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people out there too put on like maybe personas or facades and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, you definitely have like this brand when you're going on social media, whether you have, tons of followers, you're an influencer,
Mhm.
or like you're just an actor, like you definitely have to put up like a brand cut type thing. And I think
Yeah.
it's a great thing because you get to market yourself as who you are.
Mhm.
So it's really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, developing a brand for yourself on social media is just it's a great way to, really sell yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and it seems
Absolutely.
like with, I'm gonna give myself this and say that we're close in age a little bit. I'm 26, but, um, I feel like because we grew up with it, it comes more naturally, and so it's a little
Mhm.
bit easier to kind of fall into that, to understand it, right?
Right,
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah.
All right, well, I say we do some fun questions. I mean, not that these weren't fun, but after you were mentioning Bunked and watching Bunked and then
Okay.
going on Bunked, I wanna know, Colin, if there was a TV show that loved that you could be on, what would it be?
Oh, geez, I was gonna say South Park, but that's animated.
You could be on South Park, they do voice acting.
Yeah, yeah, South Park would be really cool to be on, but if a live action show, probably, like I think it ended now, but Barry with Bill Hader.
Barry, that was a good one.
Yeah, I love that show. That and Entourage would be 2 shows I'd
Oh,
love to be on.
Entourage?
Yeah, I
Between Entourage, South Park, and Barry, I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
I think those are, that's a good one. Um, alright, favorite movie?
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a wow. I wasn't expecting either of those answers. I have an Almost Famous print in my apartment. That's
Oh,
so
no
funny.
way.
Okay, which actor, if you could pick just magic out of a hat, which, actor would you work with tomorrow if you could?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, that's a good
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Alright, favorite Adam Sandler thing?
Oh, my favorite Adam Sandler movie is probably, Funny People.
Funny
Yeah, I
People.
really like that one.
Favorite Johnny Depp thing?
I'll go classic Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the
First one.
Caribbean.
I feel like that's definitely a classic.
Favorite, movie theater experience? What was the best movie you ever saw in theater that, like, sticks with you?
Oh, boy, probably, David Harbour, when he did Violent Night. That movie was
Okay.
one of the greatest experiences because it was a sold-out house, and everyone was just laughing the whole time. It was great. It was cool energy. That movie's hilarious. I mean, that's one
Yeah,
of the funniest things I've ever seen,
that
so
one sticks with you.
yeah.
I don't want to come across as like self-centered, but uh,
Please.
gosh, okay. Honestly, I feel like movie theater experience for me would be watching my own movie Little Evil for the first time.
Yeah, I
That was
bet.
the first time I got to see myself on the big screen at Netflix in LA, being like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm on the screen. I'm 7 years old. I'm sitting there in an audience. Everybody's looking at me. Everyone's talking about me, interviewing me, taking pictures, paparazzi, and it's like this is life I want. This is
Yeah.
what like I love acting. I love everything that comes with it." And that was just yeah, that was my favorite experience, really getting to see myself on screen for the
Yeah.
first time.
That's so memorable, I can
Mm.
understand.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you worked with Netflix, you've had movies in theaters. Which one do you prefer, streaming or in-person theater
Oh,
experience?
In person, 100%.
In person?
Yeah, I love going to the theater.
That's so good to hear.
You
with
know,
the way things are going.
I mean, obviously, probably in theaters, but if I could pick, you could go for a theatrical release, move to Netflix. That's the go.
Okay,
Theatrical
that's the
release, move to
move.
Netflix.
That's the
That's the
move.
move. Yeah.
All right, best Celsius flavor.
Lemon lime.
Arctic breeze.
Interesting. I like the Fuji apple pear.
Ooh.
Guilty pleasure movie.
Hubie Halloween.
Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. The Rob Schneider one. That one, I watch all. That one's one of my favorites. That one is so funny.
Say it again.
Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, where Rob Schneider accidentally becomes a gigolo. And it's I think Adam Sandler wrote that, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That movie cracks me up every time.
I've never heard of that one.
Really? Oh,
I think I might have to go home and watch that one.
Oh, it's so funny. It's short too. So, yeah.
All right. On set or on location?
Oh boy.
On location.
Yeah.
On location.
I'd say on location too.
Best place you've gone to film on location?
Yeah. The Gasparilla ship was really cool. That was just genuinely so cool being over there. I thought that was probably my favorite place we even shot, or the J.C. Newman cigar factory.
Oh my gosh.
That was cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Did you guys get a tour of the J.C. Newman?
Yeah. Oh, so
my God.
cool.
Did you see where they have the box where it's the oldest cigars on Earth?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. So, let's go back into that. I rapid fire questions, but let's go back into that. How was filming at the cigar factory of one of our last remaining, if not our oldest, cigar factory in town?
That was awesome.
And in the state.
Oh, yeah, it was so cool, and everyone there is just so nice.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah, and we got to see him hand rolling it, which was sweet. That was
so
just the coolest thing.
That is one of the most interesting things about our history here is the cigar rolling. All right, Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Oh, that's a good one. Probably TikTok. I doom scroll on TikTok so
split.
often. Yeah.
Favorite movie theater snack?
Popcorn.
Popcorn across the board. All right, Coke Icy or Cherry Icy?
Coke Icy.
Coke Icy. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
You guys, me too. Favorite movie quote, if you can think of one off the top of your head.
Oh.
I know, that was kind of a tough one. I feel like when you think movie quote, you're trying to think of a long one instead of just a short one you quote all the time.
Oh, I quote Robert De Niro and Analyze This, where he's like, you're a good one. I quote that one all the time. That's probably my favorite movie quote, that one.
There's a Pinocchio, and I think it was a European Pinocchio, so not in English. They animated it over there, and then they sent it over here, and they dubbed it in English, and it's Howie Shore, not Howie Shore, Pauly Shore. Thank you, babe. Pauly Shore, and it is so ridiculous. You have to watch the trailer, but he has this line where he goes, "It's just me," and every time I come home to my cat, I go, "It's just me." The most fun thing in the world. All right. Well, I say we talk about, what's coming up in the future. Do you guys have IMDb pages that you're curating and working on? Do you have anything coming up that you're filming in the next few months?
Not me, no. I'm right now just kind of focusing on finishing out my senior year and the next step on going to film school at college. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so IMDb, you can check me out at Owen Atlas, OwenAtlas. Currently, I have two films in pre-production. One that's filming in Scotland. Can't really say much about it, but I can say it is a slasher film. So I am going for that horror film genre again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that seems to be a niche.
I know, right?
Where can we find you online?
Yeah, cool. So I have my IMDb at Collin Thompson, Collin with 2 L's instead of 1. And then I have my Instagram, which is also Collin Thompson with 2 L's instead of 1. And I have a YouTube too where I post short films I make with my friends, which is Collin Films.
Oh, nice.
Collin with 2 L's instead of 1. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We're excited to see Hacked, and this was a really great conversation. I've never gotten to pick the brains of kid actors. I mean, you guys aren't kids anymore, but previously child actors.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. This is awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it's really fun. Thank you.
I'm so glad. All right. Well, in that case, join us back here when we do our outro after the beat. And we're back. Sam, what did you think of that interview? I thought that was a really strong episode.
Yeah, I really enjoyed hearing about their perspectives. Like you and I, we grew up watching, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and also Disney.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to hear, like, to actually speak to a person who's a child actor and hear what their experience being on their favorite shows were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like you said, we grew up watching it, so it's really nice to know, like, one of the things that Owen was saying was that they have so many, like, things in place that keep the kids happy, safe, and educated. Like, they really were working, and so he said that Disney was a really great company to work for, which, as someone who watched a lot of Disney growing up, that sounds awesome. Like, I'm so glad, and I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, and it's just the way he carries himself too. Like, I thought it was really cool when they were talking about, like, they've been on sets their whole
Oh
lives.
my gosh.
And so now they're just kind of used to, that being second nature to them, and how they're 16 and 18 and they're already just like professionals.
Yeah. And I never really thought about it with actors that start so young, but that totally seems beneficial that they're just kind of, it's second nature to them. Like, it's not, having to come into the industry in your 20s, which, I feel like can be kind of rocky because you're still trying to figure out who you are, but they have this like head start, which I think is really cool. I also thought it was interesting that Owen was talking about having watched Bunked just as a person and enjoying it as an audience member, and then being on it and getting to work with people that he had been watching for years.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
I also loved your follow-up question. You're like, okay, oh, and I know you already did that, but Collin, what show would you choose if it was a new one?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you have an answer for that?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's funny when he said South Park and he's like, oh, I shouldn't say South Park. I was like, mine would be BoJack Horseman.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, what would yours be?
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
In a second. Every time I watch Grey's Anatomy, I'm like, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll be the one that got in a bad car accident. And then they're like, oh, is she going to live or is she not going to live? And then I'll be like, you have to save my baby. And then they're like, she's pregnant? I got it all mapped out. Those are the best episodes.
Another thing that I really thought was super interesting that we actually didn't cover as much is Collin. He was talking about his YouTube channel, and he was talking about his connection to the character of Hacked. And Hacked, he also has, that's part of the what starts the film off is their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, connecting all these dots and how interesting that is. And it's just like being, and also social media, being a child and like growing up in that world and being able to use those experiences for your role. I just thought that was really interesting.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. After we met them and, when they filmed Hacked here in like October, November 2023, I remember then tagging them and everything and thinking like, they're teenagers, they have an Instagram account. But then after that, I was like, it must be so easy for them. And it must come so naturally for them to market themselves on social media because it's something that almost feels second nature for people our age, And I mean, especially them who I don't think they've gone a day without it being a thing, right?
Yeah, they're called digital natives, I think is what they call them now.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a marketing term for you.
Oh, there you go. You can tell I work in marketing. Well, what other takeaways did you have that were interesting? I thought their favorite movie picks were very interesting. I thought they were very well versed in film for those to be their movie picks.
One of the things I thought was really interesting is when they were talking about like MMA fighting and then doing their own stunts and how being an MMA fighter did help in some ways, but then you also had to retrain your brain, so that you stop at a specific.
I thought that was interesting too. Yeah. I also thought it was interesting that Collin said that he started with theater and didn't really like doing the stage stuff, but he really enjoys doing the screen acting. And I don't think I've ever thought about that. As someone who's not like a professional actor, I never thought about the difference, but I could totally see it after he said that you would feel akin to one over the other maybe. I mean, not everybody. I'm sure some people feel both ways, but one of the things that I also thought was interesting about the MMA thing was that we had a difference between the two, where Owen has a background in MMA and he's done his own stunts before on screen. Collin, this was the first time he'd done his own stunts, and hearing the difference between the two of those experiences, I thought that was interesting. And I bet it's so beneficial, especially because they're so close. They mentioned, they're like brothers.
Yeah.
I think it would be so beneficial for them to be able to bounce the stunts off of each other from both directions, right? One's done them a bunch, one's got fresh eyes and is doing it for the first time. So what else did you think was interesting about that episode?
They're talking about the family and how in Hacked, they have most of the same actors playing like different characters in different movies. And you mentioned Breathing Happy. And when I was watching Hacked, I thought that was so interesting too, because the characters, they have a business in the movie called Breathing Happy. And it's one of those things where it's like year by year, they just keep holding on to those connections and getting bigger and better.
Well, and it's so smart of Emily and Shane Brady to do that because, I mean, and I'm sure a lot of other people do this. I particularly like Wes Anderson, and I know that he does this a lot, where he'll use the same actors, Bill Murray, Angelica Houston, the Jason Schwartzman. He uses the same actors. And the explanation that I was given in like an interview that he gave or something like that was that year after year, if he keeps using the same actors, and his movies are based on family every single time, that eventually we get to a point where they are a family and they don't have to get into it too much. And they kind of talked about that a little bit, where they were like, we've been like brothers since they were 7. They met each other, or they met when they were 10 and 12, they said. So they've spent the last like 5, 6, I can't do math, years being brothers basically. And so now when they go in to be brothers on screen, it's like not as difficult to kind of get into that mindset because they're already so close. So I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like sitting here interacting with them even off camera, they do feel kind of like brothers.
Yeah.
So it feels like the set environment must have been really nice for them. I think that's one of the takeaways that I liked the best is when they're talking about like they're on an independent film and they feel very much like professional. They feel that they've been treated professionally, and I'm just happy to see that they had a really good experience, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, they talked about filming in Tampa was so nice. And we've heard this so many times about how this is a professional place with professional, high-end, sophisticated crew members and amenities, and it still feels laid back, casual, easy, and everyone's friendly and welcoming. And every time we hear that, it's like, oh, hell yeah. That's exactly what we have to offer here, is that we can do exactly what everyone else can do, but in a cool island time kind of way, which I think is really attractive to filmmakers. So I was happy to hear that. They also talked about J.C. Newman.
Yes, J.C. Newman.
I love J.C. Newman.
Yes, I haven't gone on the official tour. I've gone on a short version of it, so I can't wait to go on the long form tour.
So for context, because I brought this up and not everyone at home might know this, the J.C. Newman El Rouleau factory in Ybor City has a little museum in it, and they give tours, and that's what we were talking about. They, in their basement, in their cellar, have on display the oldest known cigars in the entire world. And when you go on the tour, you'll see, I don't want to spoil it, but they pulled these out of a shipwreck, and they are, like, dated to be the oldest surviving cigars that the world has right now, you know, in our grasp or whatever. But
I got lucky. I did get to see those.
Did you?
Yeah, because we did like a mini tour where we went upstairs in the back area with all the original machinery and then downstairs, but we didn't see the proper museum. But yeah, it's intense when you get to see like these cigars are older than the country, I think.
Oh my God, they were from like 1400 something.
I know.
It's crazy. If you haven't seen the J.C. Newman Cigar Factory, you need to go by there, everyone at home, because it is crazy cool. The Newman family's been running it for, I think they're in their 3rd or 4th generation. They are the kindest people, and they are keeping the history of Ybor and cigar rollers and, you know, Cuban contributions to Ybor City alive, and it's just wonderful. I think on that happy note, we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up.
All right, Sam, where can you find Loose Framing Podcast?
You can find Loose Framing Podcast on YouTube, Podbean, and anywhere else podcasts are available. And you can find Film Tampa Bay on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and
Threads,
X.
YouTube.
It was X.
Oh, please. Twitter. It's Twitter.
It's Twitter. It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
YouTube and Threads at Film Tampa Bay.
And with that, catch us next time on Loose Framing Podcast.
All right.